Hey guys, Dave here, doing my first weekly preview. Let's start it off with my matchup. So it's Shake It Goff against I'm Only Me When I'm With You. So it's a battle of the Taylor Swift songs. Um, Gonna keep it short and sweet this year. Um, Two keys for my team if I want to beat Jason are Gardner Minshew, my new starting quarterback. So he needs to have a big day for me. Uh, and the other one is going to be his partner, DJ Chark. So they're going to play on tomorrow night against the Miami Dolphins. And if they have a big day, then that could be the keys to my victory. But those would be the two players I'm looking for to have a big day to help me beat Jason. Now, for Jason, the key to him, I'm going to name two players for him too. It's Darren Waller and Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs has been awesome so far this year. And Waller was a beast on Monday night. However, this week they're going against New England. So can can they perform against that defense? That'll be the key to Jason's victory. If I had to pick a team to win, he's favored by over 7 points right now. I'd say with him being the top team and maybe one of the worst, I'd say I would pick Jason. Unfortunately, however, uh, stranger things have happened, so we'll see. Second matchup of the week is Devin versus Wilsoff against a Brady's bunch. Um, Devin against Steek. Again, so this is the second straight battle of somebody who's 2-0 versus someone who's 0-2. So for Devin, keys to victory for Devin are going to be Mark Andrews in that Monday nighter against Kansas City. That's a big matchup. And for Derek, the key's going to be Deshaun Watson. So Devin's got Russell Wilson. He's been amazing to say the least so far this year. And Derek needs Deshaun Watson to keep up. So if I was going to say a second note on this one is the good thing for Derek is he's got Tyler Lockett. So if Russell Wilson throws to Tyler Lockett, then he can help cut off those points. In retrospect, Devin's got Will Fuller, so that should be interesting. Week 1, Will Fuller went 8 catches, 112 yards. Week 2, he had no points. So is he healthy? Who knows? Anyway, those would be the guys. So for Devin, it'd be Will Fuller and Mark Andrews. And for Deke, it's Deshaun Watson and Tyler Lockett. Pick a winner in this one. I'll go with a hot hand. I'm not going against Russell Wilson right now. So I say Devin wins this one. Third game of the week is Joe Cool against Straight Cash Homie. Joe Cool is 2-0. Straight Cash Homie's 1-1, coming off a huge victory by, 30 or 40,000 points over me in week 1. And Joe Cool got a pretty big bump this week when one of his bench running backs became the starter in Jerick McKinnon. So good news for him. Keys for Rich's team is going to be Cam Newton. The other key is going to be Jerick McKinnon. So Cam Newton's been really, really good. So a great late round choice. And Jerick McKinnon, so far, funnily enough, for his last few years of his career, he's the last man standing. So that's important for Rich's team. For Straight Cash Homie, Alvin Kamara. Last week he was the offense for New Orleans, so can he keep that up? And the other big key is Austin Eckler. Eckler was a stud last year, had a tough week 1, but with Herbert as the quarterback, we'll see. He was better last week than he was, and he's going against Carolina, so he should get a whole lot of points. So right now, Dan's actually favored in that matchup, 119-114. And looking at the teams, I'm going to go with the points on that one. I'm going to agree and say that I think that Straight Cash Homie is poised to give Joe Cool's first loss. So next matchup is Owned by a 15-year-old versus Screeching Weasels, two teams that are 0-2, both looking for their first win. Spencer's looking for his first win in the league. So here's I guess we'll see. Great quarterback matchup in this one. So those will be my first keys. You got Lamar Jackson going Monday night for Drew versus Kansas City, and you got Dak Prescott going on Sunday at 5:25 against Seattle. So both teams going against good defenses. Both teams could be in a shootout. So those would be the players to watch there. Keys to victory. Big question marks in this one. Will Julio Jones play for Drew? He's got a strained hamstring. Apparently did a little more damage to it last week. And will George Kittle play? He hasn't done anything so far. But Drew, right now, sitting there with 2 guys in his lineup on IR. So not a wise decision. But Derek tells me he works all night Monday and Tuesday. So hopefully before the weekend he sets a lineup. If there's any other keys to the game, one player I really like in this game, Spencer's lineup, is Deontay Johnson. He's the leading target getter in Pittsburgh. So, and then Robbie Anderson, who's been really good for Drew on the other side. So, let's go with the quarterbacks. The quarterbacks as the keys, but also players to watch: Robbie Anderson for Drew and Deontay Johnson for Spencer. Next matchup is the guy who beat me pretty badly in week 1, Mike Yip and Beached Failboat versus Mile High Mania. Both teams Mike just fell out of the playoff position, but Danny Wynot's 2-0. Mike Yip's 1-1. Key players for Mike will be Adam Thielen and Heem Hines, both players who went off in week 1 and then did nothing in week 2. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that Calvin Ridley for Mike Yip is the wide receiver 1 right now. So that's a really good guy to have on his team. So I would say, I don't want to name the whole team. He's also got Mahomie. So the keys for Yip, if he's going to win, are going to be Nyheim Hines and Adam Thielen. On the other side of the ball, Drew Brees has to show us something. So I don't know if he's going to be the starter. Right now, he is the starter Sunday night. He's your keeper. He's your guy. But Drew Brees hasn't looked good so far this year, looking old. And the second key is Aaron Jones. So you got the wide receiver 1 on one side, and you got the running back 1 on the other side. So those are the keys to victory here. I'm actually going to pick Yip to win this one. Nothing against Danny Wynot's team. I think he's got a good team. But there's a couple powerhouse players over on the other side that I think are going to push Mike Yip to the win. And the last matchup is two-time champion Shit Outta Luck versus up-and-comer Bills Collector. Perennial basement dweller, but this year just put up 164 points last week. So two teams going in opposite directions. Graham lost so far this year has lost Michael Thomas and Christian McCaffrey, and that really, really sucks for him. So he's piecing his team together. So if we're looking at who are the keys for him, be looking for a big day from Zach Ertz would be a huge help. And and we'll stack it. Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz. Can the Eagles help Graham spur on to victory? And on the other side, Josh Allen's been a superstar for fantasy so far this year, so he's a key. And coming out of nowhere with Jonnu Smith, so we'll say the good matchup to watch for this game is tight end battle. That should be an interesting one to watch. This game is probably two of the lower projected scores of the week, but I don't think that's the way it's going to end up. Like I said last week, Jason put up 164 points, so we'll see what's going to happen there. My choice for the win this time, so I'm actually going to pick Jason Calder for the win. I love the Eagles, but I don't have a lot of faith right now as an Eagles fan, so it's soon time to start booing. So anyway, that's the previews for this week. So just to recap, I'm picking Jason Hahn to beat me. Ugh, that just feels weird. I'm picking Devin to beat Deke. Picked Dan Evans to beat Rich. I don't know if I picked the Drew versus Spencer game, but I'm going to pick Spencer to get his first win of the league there. I might have just straight missed that. Still focused on the Cortland Sutton trade, I guess. Picked Yip to beat Danny Wynot, and I picked Jason Calder. So we'll see how I do, but first week of the pick'em. Good luck, everybody, except Jason Hahn. Have a good one.